Hey there, welcome to Ask TJ about marketing. I'm your host, Terry Johnson Online. I'm not your host, Terry Johnson Online. I'm your host, Terry Johnson from TerryJohnsonOnline.com. I run a marketing agency where I help businesses create the right marketing strategy to grow their business online. So this series is about answering basic marketing questions that can help you get past the fact of not knowing how to do something. So this series is all about getting those answers that you need, and you may have Googled it on Google. You may have gone to Google, gotten an answer, and it could have been too complicated or it didn't make sense. So I'm here to keep it plain and simple. That's my motto. I keep it simple so you can understand the process, the concepts, and use them. Because if you don't understand it, you can't use it. Let's get into today's question. Today's question is, what is email marketing? Well, I'm glad you asked that. Email marketing is simply a way for you to send messages to promote your business. That's it. It's a direct marketing channel that allows you to promote your business's products and services to those who want to hear from you because they've opted in to your email list. Now, what is an email list? An email list is simply a list of people who have opted in, provided their name and their email address to you to join your list, usually in exchange for something we call a freebie. It's content or a product or something that they regard as valuable from your business. So you're providing this little bit of insight that's valuable, that's going to be able to help them, and they are giving you, in return, they're giving you their email address to join your list. So one of those things you need to look at and use was email marketing. We talked about that, but there's one particular part of email marketing I want to talk about is opt-in. Opt-in marketing. Now, if you don't know what the opt-in market, I'm going to give you the definition from the officials, and then we'll talk about it. So opt-in email marketing is a marketing campaign that uses permission-based email collection methods to capture email addresses from willing consumers. So once you have a potential customer's email, you can add it to your marketing list and you can do all kinds of things with it. So now let's break that down. Opt-in marketing is simply the box that you see when you go to a website. You ever seen the box that says, get this free checklist. Put your email name and email address. That's an opt-in box.
Oh.
That's called opt-in. Or when you go to a website and a little box pops up when you come in or when you leave, and it says, hey, we've got this free thing for you. Put in your name and email. Those are all official term is called opt-in. Now there's several other types. There's if you go to a website and they have a box in line in the middle of the text, like they're talking about jewelry, and then gold jewelry, this, that, and that, and then they go, do you want to know the types of jewelry? Put your name in this box. It's in the middle of the text on the page. That's inline opt-in, but that's still an opt-in. Right? So an opt-in is just a box that you see, or a form, or a little, there's different types. Sometimes when you scroll like halfway through a web page, there's a little box that pops up on the left or the right. Those are all opt-in. What they want is to capture your name and your email address. That's it. So the opt-in captures that information.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a part of the lead gen that we talked about last week, which was what we need to focus on as business owners instead of focusing on the likes. Remember I said, likes are great, but you can't take them to the bank. You got your likes on a platter. You go into the bank, I'm making a deposit, and the bank is like, what are those? But you want sales, and people generate sales. So you have to step it back and say, how do you get people to generate sales? Well, you talk to them through email is one way, but you've got to capture the email addresses. So the opt-in is simply a box or an item on the website that captures the email address. Now, why is that important, that email list? Because that is your direct marketing channel. That means you go into your email marketing software, and there are tons. There's a list. You could Google email marketing software. One that's really common and easy to use and usually free is MailChimp. But there are others, so just do some investigation, do some Googling, searching, and you'll find one that fits your needs because they do different things. They give you different tools and resources. Okay, so you're going to use that email marketing software to what? Send a message. What kind of message? It could be anything. You could send a message saying, well, hey, first of all, you're going to start with a welcome message, introducing yourself about who you are, what your business is, and what service and what value you provide to the user. It has to be something valuable, that's something that they want. So it's usually you're going to send out a welcome message. And if you sent an email anywhere else, it's the same process inside the email marketing software. Now remember, this email marketing software, you're creating messages. You're going to send them information that they want. Usually this is in the form of a newsletter. Now, you've probably signed up for a newsletter before or heard of them, but that's how they're created. They're created inside the email marketing software. They're really easy to use. And if you, like I said, if you've made a message, if you've created a message before, you'll know how to do this. Now, I mentioned the welcome email message. That is where you're going to introduce yourself. Also, you need to tell them exactly what they're going to get from you. And that means scheduling. Are they going to get emails every day? Hopefully not. Are they going to get a newsletter once a week? Yes. That newsletter, you're going to tell them what day it arrives, what time it arrives. It's going to be a little bit of information. It's not going to bombard them where they're feeling frustrated because why is this business sending me all these emails about sales? So you don't want to do that. You want to communicate your value in a way that's not going to drive them away. So those are some of the trends, some of the things I want to bring up about email. And I said, subscribe for success, because you see these examples and there are many more where it's just, you get the email, you're in the door. It's up to you. Once you get in the door and get in the house, you can, build a relationship, sell your products and services, keep people engaged, let them know what's coming. See, mouthwater, you want to tease them, mouth-watering tidbits. I always like to say breadcrumbs, all of those things, because you want to keep them engaged. And email is one way to do it with the subscription-based model. So you might want to think about it in your business. Figure out, products. Yeah, you can definitely get in there. But if you're a service-based business, coaches, whatever, figure out how you can turn your information, what your opinion and what you know, into a newsletter and getting them on to another level where it's a paid subscription. It's doable, is what I want to say. It's doable. You just have to think about it, plan it, and strategize. Now, the first thing you have to do is build the email list. As I said, you're going to put them on this email list and you're going to communicate messages to them. So what are some of the freebies that you can offer? Well, you can offer a checklist, a roadmap, a printable, an ebook, a free chapter in your ebook, some kind of information, valuable information that they are going to want and they're going to be able to use it. It has to be valuable information. Now, the concept behind the email list is simple. You want to send valuable messages information that they need to hear, not sales. Sales are good. You can send that, but you're not going to be in selling mode. You're going to be in relationship building mode. Remember, I always talk about the customer journey, the customer relationship journey. Well, you've got to do that with email marketing. Remember that you're not in selling mode, you're in relationship building mode. That means messages that's going to be personalized. Think of, you're talking to your best friend, you're talking to your best customer, and think about the language that you're going to use in the message. So in your messaging, what do you want to include? You can tell a story. You can share a video, a link to a video. You can share a link to your latest blog post, your latest social media post. You can send them a link to your podcast. Just think about the content that you make and how you want to distribute it. This is another way to do that with your email list. So you can say once they get on your email list, they get updates to your website. They get the latest blog post. They get your latest video on your YouTube channel or wherever you're putting your videos. So that's how you want to think of this. This is communication, not selling. You can sell to your email list, but you want to first build the relationship. So remember this, email marketing is a place where you can build a relationship, where you're building brand awareness, you're communicating with an audience who you can possibly turn them into customers. You're making them aware of what you offer, what you have to say. You're building a relationship. And remember that relationship is going to lead to more sales, more revenue for your business. So I don't want you to worry about that, because your content promotion strategy does the heavy lifting. It does the heavy lifting because you got so many things to do. All right. So content promotion strategy, remember, does the heavy lifting of putting your content out there. So let's talk some more about it. I got my notes now. I gotta go to my notes. So, let's agree about this. So marketing is about keeping customers happy during the entire cycle of the customer journey. What that means is that your marketing is supposed to, think of a factory. Things go in and the raw materials go in, the product comes out. Your marketing is like that. We're going to put all these pieces together, and at the end of it, you're going to get sales. You're going to get sales because that's what a business owner is doing. Every part of the activities, whatever they're doing online, is to get a sale. And last week I said, your content should be getting clicks to your website, clicks to your landing page, clicks to your opt-in list for your email list. Your opt-in for your email list. If you have a freebie, a checklist, an ebook, a printable, whatever it is, that's a value now, a value. So don't flim-flam. Don't say, hey, get on the list and you'll get this, and then they don't get it. So be straight up and truthful about what you're offering, because you don't want to do that. You don't want to lose that potential customer. And also, if your content is going to see the light of day, you need to put the time in promoting it. That's what we're talking about today. Content promotion strategy. Why? For sharing. That's how you extend the reach of your content. Why do you want to extend the reach of your content? More people, more eyeballs, more people liking your content, which means they are reading your posts, looking at your photos, and doing what? Clicking on your call to action. What I say last week, get the click. Get the click to your email list, to your landing page, to your sales page. Now, here's one important thing to remember. Once you start this email list, it is like a plant. You have to water it. You have to give it nutrients. You have to give it sunlight. So your email list, you've got to continuously thinking about how I grow this list. That means, what kind of messages am I going to send? How often? I don't want to annoy people on my list. I want to give them something of value so they feel good about reading it. Think of your email list as, remember when you got the newspaper and you were eager to read all the stories that were in there. So the stories written by the writers were entertaining. They were newsworthy, informative, all of those things. So you want to think about your style of writing. You may want to work on it, but you want to keep them engaged to where they're reading the entire message and also doing what you want them to do, that call to action. So that call to action is very important because that's where you can tell a story about something, and then at the end you say, oh, for more, here's a blog post that I wrote. Oh, for more, go to my YouTube channel. Oh, for more, go to my podcast episode, and you can hear the whole thing on this other platform. So you want to drive them with your call to action. Also, remember, your call to action can be straight to your website where you're selling products and services. It could be to a calendar link where they sign up for an appointment. It could be to your Shopify, your e-commerce website where they can go and directly buy the item that you're talking about. Another great thing about having an email list is that you'll have a collection of people who you can ask questions. You can survey them. You can ask them for feedback on different things. You can get their opinions. You can ask, well, how's my business doing? Is there anything I can do for you? So you have this collection of people who you can ask things. You can ask them things. Also, here's another one. Ask for the minimal amount of information. That's once they click the button. If you're using an email sign up for a funnel or anything like that for a newsletter, don't ask for name, address, phone number, firstborn child. No, just get the name, get first name and email. And don't get first name. Your first name, because you want to personalize on the other end of your email marketing. You might want to say, hi, first name, and it puts the person that they put the name in the box. Okay, so you don't want to ask for too many things up front once they click this call to action button or link that you're telling them to do, because I don't have time for that. I don't have time for 20 questions. I got time for name, first name, and email address. Because you're going to get the back, you're going to be building a relationship. And then once you start sending them stuff in the email or giving them PDFs or whatever you're doing, then you can send another email saying, oh, I want to make sure we keep our connection, that you don't miss anything. Would you mind signing up for SMS text? We're not going to send you a bunch of, and tell them you're not going to send them a bunch of texts. See, if you've already built the relationship a little bit, you can ask for that phone number, but not at the beginning. We're talking basics here. So you're not going to ask for that phone number. I mean, you could try it, but I don't think you're going to get a lot.
Unless they really like you. It's just like when
they have to already know you from something. They have to already know you from, you do podcasts, you do live streaming all the time. They already know you. And they already know what they're gonna get from you, and you're not going to spam them or send them a bunch of texts. Email marketing is a great tool to have in your strategy. It's going to allow you to make better content. It's going to allow you to make better products and services. It's going to allow you to build your brand, increase brand awareness. It's going to allow you to get data and get research information in the mind of your audience and what they're thinking and doing and what they might need. So remember that email marketing is a great tool to add in your strategy to where you are creating the right marketing strategy to grow your business online, because that's what we're here for, right? Increase revenue, grow our business, and meet your business goals. So use the power of email marketing to do all those things that I talked about today. If you have more questions, just reach out to me at terryjohnsononline.com or follow me on your favorite social media platform, Terry Johnson Online, and that way we can have a conversation. We can talk about what you need to know. If you have a comment, leave it. If you have a question, leave it. If you have any kind of information that you want to leave, or you need more information about marketing and marketing strategy, just reach out and let me know. Terry Johnson Online. Thank you for watching today. I hope you got the information you need. Again, follow me online, Terry Johnson Online, or reach me at terryjohnsononline.com. And I will see you next time.